Yellowstone's 6 main Duttons ranked from least to most likable. The Dutton family is the soul of the Yellowstone series, and some members are naturally more amiable than others. Characters like Jamie Dutton, Wes Bentley, are intended to be the bane of the family, but even the antagonistic adopted son has a complex personality with compelling qualities. Other characters like Beth, Kelly Rayleigh, have a more contested role in the ranking. While Beth perhaps has one of the most substantial fan bases, the character's antics also draw warranted criticism despite her traumatic past informing her controversial actions. The ranking of John Dutton, Kevin Costner, and Rip Wheeler, Cole Hauser, is more straightforward, with the characters landing near the top of the selection for everyone. Throughout Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone franchise, the Dutton Ranch requires a level head to protect the ranch with every generation, and John and Rip were the solution in the modern era. While viewers will naturally disagree about the final ranking based on their favorite character, some Dutton family members of the primary 6 emerge as universally more likable throughout. Of course, Jamie lands at the top of the list as the least likable Dutton. Despite sometimes appearing like he was allied with his family throughout Yellowstone, Jamie falters and ultimately turns on everyone closest to him with little remorse. Frankly, it would be hard to like Jamie since Sheridan wrote the character as conniving and untrustworthy. Still, some Yellowstone fans could find remorse in their hearts for Jamie Dutton, seeing him as a product of the environment he was raised in, which included John Dutton i.e. shipping him off to become a lawyer despite Jamie's desires for his future. Many would be hard-pressed to give Jamie a pass after John Dutton's death in Yellowstone Season 5. Despite Jamie not having a direct hand in his adopted father's death, he did little to support his family after his girlfriend, Sarah Atwood, Dawn Olivieri, orchestrated the murder of the Dutton family patriarch. Other memorable moments for Jamie, like killing the reporter who investigated his family or shooting his biological father, Garrett Randall, Will Patton, cement the character's low rank. Jamie's actions are primarily done with cowardice, and his self-inflicted tribulations elicit the least gushing from fans. Monica, Kelsey Asbell, is one of the least likable characters because many of her stories don't take off. For instance, Monica teaches at the school on the Broken Rock Reservation and Montana State University in Yellowstone Season 2. However, when Season 3 resumes the Dutton family story, Monica is seemingly unemployed, and Sheridan never explores her daily events again. Monica's character can be a bit self-righteous, like when she lectures her students about being outside on their phones or chides Piper Parabo's Summer for not offering to help her peel potatoes, as just a few examples. However, Monica's story is excellent in the first half of Yellowstone Season 5. Sadly, it happens after the death of her infant son in the Yellowstone Season 5 premiere. The next few episodes show the mother grieving the loss of her baby, who died in the hospital after the mother crashed while attempting to get herself there. As Case, Luke Grimes, and Monica moved into the house on East Camp and explored what their family looked like after the loss of their second son. Monica's journey was emotionally complex and powerful, but her actions led to the tragedy. Case is among the members of the Dutton family who are easy to like. Throughout his family's struggle to maintain their heirloom ranch, Case battles with himself and his loyalties. Despite hearing from those around him that his allegiance should be to his family, Case is deeply allied with the Broken Rock tribe throughout the series. The rift sometimes causes the youngest of John Dutton's children to be at odds with the patriarch. Ultimately, however, Case's role in his family's legacy makes for one of the best stories, leading to Case's freedom in the Yellowstone Season 5 finale. While Case is easily one of the most likable Dutton family members, characters like Beth, Rip, and John Dutton III are likelier to be universally loved. Kevin Costner's John Dutton character was at the heart of the series for Costner's 5 seasons in the neo-Western franchise. Similarly, Sheridan set Beth and Rip to become the new soul of Yellowstone following the announcement of a spin-off centering on the Yellowstone Season 5 characters, who helped carry the show after Costner's exit and will carry on one of the flagship's central stories. While Case is likable, he's not at the top. Beth falls somewhere in the middle of the list of the most likable Dutton family members. She has a fiery attitude and a nasty side that can be riveting for some but off-putting for others. While some Yellowstone fans cheer Beth on as she hustles unsuspecting men at the bars in Bozeman, others cringe at how John's daughter terrorizes those around her unchecked. Beth's snappy comments could be considered iconic or downright mean, making her ranking among the Dutton family members perhaps one of the most contested. Still, Beth has qualities that make her an outstanding Yellowstone franchise character, regardless of where one falls on the spectrum of tolerating Beth's behavior. Beth's monologues sometimes have soap opera qualities, but few could deny her speeches are some of the most memorable trash talk on the show. Ultimately, Beth has an inner fire that manifests in her work and relationships, where she fiercely protects her loved ones. Beth might have made it a little higher on the list if she treated Carter, Finn Little, better, despite eventually coming around to her adopted son. Riley's promise to reprise her role in the Beth and Rip Yellowstone spinoff is a testament to the character's enduring likability, despite some backlash to the woman's unchecked antics. Continuing Beth and Rip's story could allow Sheridan to explore some of that feedback. Beth could confront some of her controversial qualities, with more room to explore her character in the offshoot. In turn, a deeper understanding of Beth's complex personality could make her all the more appealing. Kevin Costner's John Dutton is the soul of the neo-Western series. He's arguably one of the most likable characters, if not the most. John Dutton carried his family through many hardships while protecting the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. One of John's drawbacks is that he pushed his kids hard to defend the land while young, often to their detriment. For instance, John pushes Jamie to become a lawyer and disagrees with how Case starts his life with Monica, even branding his youngest son to punish him for going against his wishes for the family. Still, John has softened quite a bit by the Yellowstone series premiere, and his gruff character is as charming and likable as he is stern and unapproachable. Additionally, Yellowstone sees John evolve impressively from ranch owner to towering Montana politician throughout the story. Costner's character is a heartbeat for the series despite his death in the Yellowstone Season 5 premiere. For some, John Dutton would land at the top of the list, and that's a fair ranking too. Yellowstone could not have succeeded if Costner's John Dutton had not been so likable. Although he's an in-law, Rip is arguably the most likable Dutton. While some could find fault with John's parenting or Beth's antics, Rip is pretty all-around likable, despite some treacherous crimes he has committed with John to protect and defend the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. Rip came to live on the ranch in adolescence after killing his stepfather for murdering his mother and brother. Yellowstone Season 1 introduces Rip as John's brutal handler and Beth's former on-again/off-again lover. However, Rip emerges as a central character, proving he is one of the most vital family members. Yellowstone audiences got to know Rip as both an adult and an adolescent. In adulthood, Rip has learned to be a straightforward and fair leader. He is caring at times while fierce at others. Simultaneously, flashbacks showed us how the ranch influenced Rip. Silverstein satisfyingly resembles Hauser's noble and hardworking character alongside Josh Lucas as a younger John Dutton. The moments between them laid the groundwork for Rip's importance to the family and the ranch, explaining Rip's extensive history and making him universally beloved. Hauser's role alongside Riley in the Beth and Rip Yellowstone spin-off proves that the character is among the most popular in the franchise. The pair make up the ultimate Yellowstone power couple, with many other great pairings to compete with. Still, beyond his connection to Beth, Rip is likable as John's right hand first and foremost. Yellowstone stories where Rip is positioned between John and Beth, like when the ranch owner grants the foreman his own house, allow audiences to embrace Rip Wheeler as another heartline for the show and one of its most likable representatives.